I'm breaking out, I'm breaking in. I just can't help this state I'm in. I'm on my way, y'all. So put your shades on, this light's so bright, it's blinding. I'm radiating love, I'm radiating love, I'm radiating love. Breaking free, I'm breaking ground. I can't explain this thing I found. The clouds have moved on. I got my groove on. This pep in my steps infectious. I'm radiating love. I'm radiating love. I'm radiating love. I've been stuck in a rut. I've been shit out of luck. I've been wondering what is up with me. And then I realize it's up to me to decide. I can just be radiating love. I'm radiating love. I'm radiating love. Radiating love, radiating love, radiating love,
You are an irresistible magnet with the power to attract unto yourself everything that you desire. Absolutely everything. Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday to you. I am blessed that you've all come to join us here at the New Thought Spiritual Center Sunday celebration. My name is Reverend Jay Willick. I'm the senior minister here at the New Thought Spiritual Center, and I want to welcome you right now. You can see on my right, there is the pool to where I'm hanging out this weekend. I'm in the Pacific Beach, Mission Beach area near San Diego, and this lovely background. And there's people in the pool. I don't know if you can see it that clearly, but there's people in the pool. So you might hear some people walk by or noise, and that's okay. It's our embracing life that's important. And sometimes there's a little noise around it, and that's okay because we are more powerful than the noise. So let's dig into where we are, who we are, and let's watch this video about our statement of principles. Our 2020 theme is perception. And the month of September, our theme is
our purpose
ease.
Is to reveal the divinity in you by awakening our heart, mind, and imagination to the universal creative force within. Our vision is to vibrate at the speed of the divine, experiencing our best self by being a clear, luminous, and dynamic force for good, with love always being the answer. And our mission, to use the principles and tools of the science of mind and spirit, new thought, neuroscience, and ancient wisdom to bust through, soar, and zoom into our greatest life, sharing that gift with all.
Yeah, sharing that gift with all. And that is the principle, the statement of principle that we are featuring this month, and that is our mission statement: bust through, soar, and Zoom, and you only can see partial of the quote that I had, and it's a quote from Richard Bach, who you might all remember wrote Jonathan Livingston Seagull and a few other books. And the quote is, "To fly as fast as thought, you must begin by knowing that you have already arrived, and you've already arrived to the place that is going to help you, bring you the tools, center yourself in this beautiful, beautiful moment." So we get into the sacredness of our celebration right away, and we're going to do so right now. So if you could wiggle a little bit, I don't know how long you've been sitting, and if you're walking around listening while we're doing our broadcast this morning, stop for just a few moments because we're going to step into our sacred moment. And I want to start it, before I start it with the bell, let's take a deep breath together, okay? As a community. And here we go. Through your nose, hold it, 3, 2, 1, and then let it out through your mouth. I like to do that. I like to bring it in through my nose, hold it, and let it out. Kind of does a slight reboot of us. And so now I'm going to ring the bell and bring us into our sacred moment. Let me see if that works with it holding it in my hand. It does. Now we're going to hold off on the mandala for just a second. Because let's all take another deep breath together. Close your eyes if that is comfortable for you. Because I want to bring us into a spiritual mind treatment. I want us to know together here and now that as we step into this sacred moment in our lives, this intentional sacred moment, we do so knowing that God, the divine intelligence, that heart-centered power of the universe surrounds us, envelops us, loves us in its arms, you might say. And in this loving and in this being a part of it, we feel its power within, right here, right now. This power that glows and vibrates in every moment of every day. And as we breathe together, in and out, we know that God is right here, right now. That the divine spirit is right here, right now, within each and every one of us. So that when we exhale, we pronounce, I am. I am of this divine loving power. I am of spirit. And in this I amness, I allow joy and abundance and grace to not only fill my heart and mind and body, but my life, the wholeness of my life. And as we sink in to this beautiful moment of sacredness, we do so knowing that the power and light and the blessed glory of the universe shines within each and every one of us right now. We are illumined right now. And as we breathe in, we know God, the divine spirit, the presence and power of life is. And as we breathe out, we know I am. With great gratitude, I release these words. As together we say, and so it is. So stay in this moment with me. If your feet aren't on the ground, please put them both on the ground. If you're sitting cross-legged, that's beautiful. But it's at this moment that we are purposefully communing with the Mother Earth, with the Gaia, with that beautiful, strong planet that we sit upon. And we allow that energy that she is to flow up through us, allowing it to come up through our feet, up our legs, around to our torso, and then allowing that energy to just fall right back to the earth from the bottom of our spine, maybe through some sort of string or rope that imaginary drops into the earth. Feel that energy flowing up through us, back around, and down back to the core of this beautiful planet as we continue to breathe. And then imagine, if you will, a golden light surrounding you. This golden light represents that universal presence, God, the divine, the Great Spirit. And allow this golden light to drop down onto you, filling you with its warmth, with its glow, with its love. And like the energy from the Mother Gaia continually vibrating in you, allow this cosmic energy to envelop you and vibrate with you as it illuminates your heart, your mind, your arms. And then those energies connect and breathe. Now with me, take a yawn. Well, you may not be tired, you may not feel like yawning, but take a yawn with me. Here we go. This not only opens up things happening in your body, but in your mind. It releases your brain. Again, let's yawn. Oh, yeah. And if you find yourself during this meditation yawning, that's okay. It's a release of the energy that is being trapped. And we love to release energy. So now, those of you who are in a soft focus, you'll notice the twirling mandala starting in just a moment. Breathe. Breathe. This month we are reading from The Heart of the Enlightened by Anthony D. Mello. It's a book of story meditations. Today's story is from the chapter Enlightenment. Every month, the disciple faithfully sent his master an account of his spiritual progress. In the first month, he wrote, "I feel an expansion of consciousness and experience my oneness with the universe." The master glanced at the note and threw it away. The following month, this is what he had to say. "I have finally discovered that the divine is present in all things." The master seemed disappointed at this note. and again threw it away. In his third letter, the disciple enthusiastically explained, "The mystery of the one and of the many has been revealed to my wandering gaze." And that caused the master to yawn, again throwing the note away. The disciple's next letter said, "No one is born, no one lives, and no one dies, for the self is not." The master threw his hands up in despair, just tossing this note away. After that, a month passed by, then 2, then 5, then a whole year. And the master thought it was time to remind his disciple of his duty to keep him informed of his spiritual progress. And the disciple wrote back, "Who cares?" When the master read those words, a look of satisfaction spread over his face, and he said to himself, "Thank God, at last he's got it." Even the hankering for freedom is a bondage. Are you ever truly free till it no longer matters to you if you are free or not? Only the content are free. As you breathe, remember this. Even the hankering for freedom is a bondage. Are you ever truly free till it no longer matters to you if you are free or not? For only the content are free. So in these final moments of a moving mandala, let us know together we are free. We are free. Please place your hand on your heart and join me in a healing prayer. Put your name, put a name, put an idea and organization into your heart, into your mind, into your body. knowing together that this healing light flows to them as it does to you in this moment. That as we are in this meditative moment, we are also in affirmative prayer, knowing that this healing light surrounds, embraces, envelops, and holds in its arms this person, this idea, this name, this organization. And with it too, all those in California, Oregon, and Washington who may be involved in one way or another with the fires that are going on. That this healing light surrounds and envelops them and our firefighters and all those first responders helping our land and our people here in these states. So too in the South with the remains of the hurricanes and the season of hurricanes and what the weather has already brought into the lives of those in the South. That this healing light surrounds them, envelops them, holds them in its grace. We know that as this is done, so too the universe brings whatever is required in their lives. A delivery from Home Depot, rain, a doctor, an idea of how to change the way this affects them, an idea in mind and body and spirit, whatever is required in this healing for them, for those names in your heart, for that organization in your mind. Let this healing light, these ideas of healing, drop into their hearts, into their minds, into their guts of inspiration and imagination right here and now. We breathe in this God Spirit, this divine knowing, this presence of love. In great gratitude, I release this word. I release this healing to do its job right here and right now. As we at this moment wiggle our fingers and our toes, move our shoulders slowly, open our eyes, and come back to this moment, to this moment. As together we say, and so it is. Thank you. Thank you for joining me in not only that meditation, I love our meditations, not only that meditation, but combining that with the spiritual mind treatment, with the affirmative prayer, the healing prayer for those who are being affected by the fires, who are being affected by any of the weather that's going on in this country right now or throughout the world, for your friends who are in need of healing, that their names were loudly proclaimed. Because I know that when we do that, just like that brightness behind me, so too the brightness comes to their lives. Because I truly believe the power in our word steps into their heart, into their minds, into their bodies, bringing forth the healing they require, whatever that looks like. So let's continue with our sacred reader this morning. We are, of course, so happy to welcome back the Reverend Gary Oltman, who is right there.
Good morning.
With perfect and fabulous hair.
And thanks. It's getting a party in the back still. Yeah, it's getting pretty long. Yeah, coming to you from beautiful Sherman Oaks, California.
Beautiful Sherman Oaks. Always beautiful.
Yeah.
And beautiful to have you. So I'm going to step away and let
Yeah.
you bring us some wisdom. And thanks again for being here.
Thank
Enjoy,
you.
everyone.
Thanks, Jay, for bringing us up into this moment right here with perfect clarity as to the purpose of our center and the purpose of our beings, to know that we are part of this great world and we can help shape it. And thanks for bringing us here again, Jay. Yeah, this is what is since Barbara and I are empty nesters, this is now Holly's bedroom. And she allows me to use it for my home office and as a sacred space for our Sunday service here. And I greatly appreciate that, Holly. Wow, this week, it's been an incredible week for me. I have just done a lot of internal work this week. I have made an effort to peel off all the layers of this onion, this all the ideas and beliefs I've ever had in my life. Just digging down to that central core of my being, that essence, and allowing fresh ideas, spirit to come through, and just because it can be challenging out there in the world. And I'm thinking, I haven't even really got out in the world that much lately, but the world comes to me, and it comes to me through this thing here. It comes through to me through that big TV set that sits out there. And I go out into it occasionally to do a few things, but I think the work I've done this week has allowed me to at least gain some anchoring in that very core of my being. So it allows me to be a better person in the world, and allows me to figure out how to operate in that world, whether it be sitting here on this, texting or looking at social media. And it also led me to this week to a really one of my all-time favorite artists, Jackson Browne, whose song "Looking East" has always been an inspiration to me. And I guess I'll sing that all the way through right now. No, not really. I'll just read a couple things from it. We'll save the singing for Barbara here in a minute. But in that song, he writes, "Hunger in the midnight, hunger at the stroke of noon, hunger in the mansion, hunger in the rented room, hunger on the TV, hunger on the printed page. And there's a God-sized hunger underneath the laughing and the rage. In the absence of light and the deepening night, where I wait for the sun." And I'm sitting there on my couch earlier this week and thinking, yeah, the sun has been blotted out for us. And to me, it feels like the planet and the people are calling out to me. Although at times it really feels like they're screaming out to me, help, help, please. The planet and the people are calling out to each of us. And through all this, I know it seems as though so much chaos can bring a sense of powerlessness with it, freezing us into inaction, locking up the power of our minds. When times are tough, we like to turn to a practitioner, a person that studied this teaching, to help us guide us through this time, because someone who can see through the red sky to the bright sun that still radiates behind all the smoke, always present, always there to light the way for us. But right now, the world needs each of us to be that practitioner. We need all hands on deck. We must go back to basics now. We must spend that time, like I did earlier this week, just centering in that essence, that core of our being, allowing that to guide us to the perfect expression and the perfect action for the world. And we must remember, as Ernest Holmes reminded us, there is a power for good in the universe, and we can use it. I mean, I've been sitting with this question for the past week. What does the world need from me now? I've just been sitting with that. How do I serve the world And how do I unlock my mind again? And I wrote this as part of that search. It goes like this. It used to be, I felt like I could live above the noise, free, easily seeing the path ahead for myself. But now the noise seems so loud, at times it is swallowing me up into its pain and suffering. And I drop down. Am I in the boat adding to the noise and pain, not using the mind on high watch to help? Have I become the noise on a boat adrift with souls crying out for help, who can no longer hear over their own noise? Lost my ability to be one of the pilots steering the boat to a calm cove where we can find abundant fish and the sun shines on each of us. Well, this morning I'll add to that. In the boat, we all looked down to our feet. And while we were all looking up and crying at the heavens, there were oars lying there the whole time. So we each picked up an oar and began stroking in unison, becoming the greatest rowing team ever, taking us to that calm cove. So I'll finish up with something by Jackson Brown from Looking East. And he talks about the power that is in and through everything. And this is towards the end of the song where he says, he writes and sings, power in the insect, power in the sea, power in the snow falling silently, power in the blossom, power in the stone, power in the song being sung, power in the wheat field, power in the rain, power in the sunlight and the hurricane, power in the silence, power in the flame, power in the sound of a lover's name, the power of the sunrise and the power of a prayer released. On the edge of the country, I pray for the ones with the least. So negotiating these kinds can be one of ease or grace when we take the time to go back to the basics and remember who we are, divine beings having a human experience. We have the ability to co-create our experience and add goodness to the collective consciousness. So let's go into declaring today's affirmation. And I believe it will pop up on your screen there. Let's see, there it is. And let's read that together. Ease, ease. I sleep with ease in my mind. I sit with ease in my heart. I stand with ease in my bones. I walk with ease in my gut, inspiring me with imaginative and loving ideas. The divine matrix in me is always at ease. I am at ease. That is an amazing affirmation. And let's take a moment now to enter this sacred space that Holly has helped ground and create for me to use here with her Zen personality. And let's go into a prayer for a minute and recognize together that the power is in you. The power is in me. The power is in each of us. The power is in my mind. The power is in my heart. The power is in my hands. And I know that my hands are directed and guided through the mind and the heart, and my lips and the words that pass through them are guided from the heart to the mind to the word to do good works in the world. And I know that is true for me. I know that is true for you. I know that the power is moving through each of the firefighters' hands right now to save lives, to protect homes, to save the forest animals and all life out there. And I'm so grateful for their work, and I'm so grateful for your work right here in mind, because even if you don't leave the house, I know that that work goes out into the world and helps shape it and make it a better place for all. I'm grateful for this knowledge. I'm grateful for this truth. I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful for this center. I am grateful for every single one of you. And I just simply release this word into the law as together we say, and so it is.
Thank you so much, Gary. Gotta give me a second. I was really digging that. So give me a second.
Yeah, it was
That was
flowing.
great.
Yeah.
Jackson Brown. Thank you for Jackson Brown. I got to see Jackson Brown at a party I was at. I know
Oh
you guys.
wow. Yeah, I
I know
remember
you
that.
guys have seen him in a
Yeah.
full-on concert. He only played for maybe 20 minutes versus an hour or more.
Yeah, but so
But
intimate.
still, it was wow.
Yeah.
And I'd never seen him live, so that was kind of cool.
One of my heroes. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I bet. Oh, yeah. So I'm gonna let Gary go because him and Barbara have to switch places, and Barbara Altman is coming. The Reverend Barbara Altman, but when she sings, I just call her regular old Barbara Altman. Even though when she sings, that is kind of a ministry of sorts, so maybe Reverend is super appropriate at that time too. But they're switching places right now and setting up for Barbara to sing for us this morning, and I'm really thrilled that we figured out a nice way to have her share her great talent and her great heart. And then after that, I will talk with you a little bit about your Constitution. That's the talk title this morning, Your Constitution. And Steve, whenever you feel like Barbara's about ready, then put us on duo camera, and then I'll be able to. Oh, there she is. I don't think she can hear me. So.
Oh, I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, as long as you can hear me. How are you this morning?
Good, good. How are you?
I am fabulous. Thank you so much. So I'm going to let you go and let you not only entertain us, but fill our hearts with your fabulous talent and message. And here she is, my friends, Barbara Altman.
Thank you. I'm gonna be someone. I'm gonna give something. I'm taking it on. I'm taking it on. It's gonna be my life. So I'm gonna live each day and each night. I'm taking it on. I'm taking it on. 'Cause I can't keep hiding. No, I can't keep hiding. No, I can't keep running away. So I'm gonna be stronger, and I'm gonna be better made, and I'm gonna give everything just to bring me back again. I'm gonna be a braver soul than this. I'm gonna jump at all those many chances that I've missed. I'm gonna live my life beyond all these fears and forms of cowardice that keep leading me on. I'm gonna shine out like a beacon in the night. I'm gonna wrap my fingers around the stars tonight, 'cause I'm taking it on. Yes, I'm taking it on. And I can't keep hiding. No, I can't keep hiding. No, I can't keep running away. So I'm gonna be stronger, and I'm gonna be better made, and I'm gonna give everything just to bring me back again. And I'm gonna be stronger, and I'm gonna be understood, and I'm gonna give everything just to bring me back again. 'Cause I can't keep hiding. No, I can't keep hiding. No, I won't keep running away.
Oh, that was great. Thank you so much. My Declaration, it's called, right?
Yes.
Thank you so
Written
much.
by Tom Baxter.
Tom Baxter. Okay. Well, appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. That was beautiful. And oops, cut her off a little bit. But that song leads perfectly to what I want to talk about today. And as I told you that my talk title today is Your Constitution. Now, you know, the U.S. Constitution is, of course, the supreme law here. It's empowered by the sovereign authority and consent of the people, which you and I are, although it was done 200 plus years ago. It's the source of not only the government's powers, but the government's limitations, which protect our fundamental freedoms and rights. In July, we solidified our Declaration of Independence, parting ourselves from lack and limitation, soul-crushing events from the past, depressing news reports that happens, and depressing experiences that may be happening around us, and just junk from our upbringing. We declared our independence back in July from all of that. Now, these ideas, these experiences may show up now and again. You know, I'm not going to lie about it. I'm not going to try to fool you. I'm not trying to do any some sort of spiritual avoidance of it. Things happen. And even on special occasions like now during this pandemic, et cetera, or during any sort of triggering events that may happen in your life. I know they do for me. I know it happens for me. Gary was talking about it, what happened for him this week. Well, something happened to bring him to the point where he needed to look again, which is perfect, because I have been too. And I know when the stuff comes up in the news and I see it, or something happens around me, or these fires or floods, et cetera, it sucks. Not only does it mess up my day, but many times it messes up a couple of them. But those are the times when I have to look at myself and I have to say, stop. No matter the deadlines, no matter the goals or whatever's going on in life, right there, I have to tell myself to stop. Stop working. Stop kvetching. I have to stop and rediscover what my Constitution is, what my supreme laws are. Are they of skepticism and doubt, fear and worry, or are they of faith and action? Now, we talked about questioning as a great tool. I think I was talking about that last week. That questioning is a great tool. It pushes back that monkey mind. It's a tool for us to tell ourselves, why are we doing this? Why are we thinking this? Questioning, why are you here, you monkey mind, you dumb idea, you idea from the past? Why are you here? And what do you want from me? These are great questions. And us allowing ourselves to let them be answered is fabulous, because then we get informed and then we get empowered to not be in this whirling dervish. Questioning assists in rediscovering and understanding what we believe and know, especially if we think we know it all. Hey, listen, I'm a minister. I'm all educated and experienced. What do I need to know? Happens to me too. Or maybe we're not willing to question what's in our way. Happens to all of us. Again, I'm a minister, I'm educated, trained, experienced, but I still sometimes have to teach myself, again, about belief and blockages and the ones that I've allowed to step into my life. And sometimes we're not willing to ask what it means when prayers have not been answered. It's okay to ask. I do too. And yes, again, I'm a minister, blah, blah, blah. But I still, even though I got this prayer thing down, I still get frustrated too. So what? It's what we do with this frustration. It's what we do with this skepticism. It happens to all of us. We get out of alignment. We lose touch with being open at the top. And it's a great time then to check in with your constitution. It's a good time for me, like I've been doing this week, and Gary sounds like he's been doing this week, to check in with your constitution, the supreme laws that you believe in, the support and protection of your perfection, of your natural perfection that you are born with. To check back into that. So what gets in the way? Skepticism gets in the way. We get a lack of faith, and that destroys faith. When we have a lack of faith, it destroys it. It starts to minimize it, and that comes from skepticism. But we have to remember that if every thought is a prayer, if every thought is creating a synaptic connection, that if consistent becomes a belief that lives in our subconscious, then we need to step up when we realize this is happening and take back control. And it's okay if it's happening, it happens. Things are going on around us and we lose our diligence in our belief system. Because we have to remember that we're informing the universe what the color is of our experiences, what the flavor is of our experiences. And to counteract that, we need to feed it with more faith. We need to feed it with more prosperous thoughts. We need to feed it with a reminder of who we are. Constantly feed and nourish that wolf. Remember that story about the good wolf and the bad wolf, or the mean wolf and the kind wolf? The grandfather telling his grandchildren that there are two wolves, and one's mean and hateful, et cetera, and the other is kind and loving, et cetera, and they're having a fight, they're having a war, there's a war between them, and one of the grandchildren says, well, which one is going to win? And the grandfather says, the one you feed. That fight may seem constant, that fight may seem to jump back into your life again, but which one are you going to feed? Will Rogers said that even if you're on the right track, you'll get run over. And you'll get run over if you just sit there. If you just sit there, you're going to get run over by this skepticism. Instead of seeing it come to you and closer and starting to affect you. Oh, you can't see my other hand, sorry. It's starting to get closer and closer and starting to affect you, and yet not hit you, and so that you can go, stop. Same with doubt. Number two is doubt. To counteract doubt, every time you have a successful manifestation, these are some quick tools, some simple little tools, and you'll be amazed how powerful they are. But so every time doubt comes into your mind, to counteract that, every time you have a successful manifestation in your life, whatever that is, big, small, add it to a success journal. Have a success journal. I don't care if it's a big fancy book or some just pad of paper or maybe a bunch of post-it notes somewhere. Add it to your success journal. Every time you have a rockin' affirmative prayer, like today, if these affirmative prayer, we've done 3 of them already, really rocked your world, you really felt it in your heart, body was tingling, well, however that is that affects you when you really know that a prayer has had a really good effect on your mind and your body and your heart, put that in your success journal. That continuously feeds your faith muscles. Now, every time you have an aha moment, you ever had an aha moment? I have aha moments all the time. Some are teeny, some are big, some are not about my faith or my life in a way, but they're aha moments. Sometimes they're just a memory of, who sang that song or something. It becomes an aha moment. Add that to your gratitude journal. Do you have a gratitude journal? Maybe that could be part of your success journal. And these little aha moments could be small. It doesn't matter. Or they could be large. I'm going to tell you a little quick story about a large aha moment for somebody. His name was Simon Lovell. He was about 31 years old. He was a professional con man. Okay, and he spun his gambling tricks that he learned from his grandfather into a very lucrative business. And he would fleece strangers out of money without hesitation or remorse. He would find his marks, the people he was going to eventually take money from, in hotels all over the world. This guy was all over the world doing this. And he kept doing this until this day in 1988, when things started to be different, when this aha moment showed up. So he was in Europe and he spotted this guy in a bar and he plied him with drinks and he did this, what is called a cross con. It's a classic con in which he makes the other person believe that they're going to be part of a foolproof get-rich scheme. You ever been a part of one of those or been attempted to, read it in the internet or something? The prince from Nigeria get-rich scheme. Anyway, the con went perfectly. And he said, I took him for an extremely large amount of money. Now, after he was done, Lovell hustled this drunk man out of the hotel room where the fleecing actually occurred, where the exchange of money actually occurred, intending to leave him in the hallway so that, the hotel security would find him and deal with him. But then something unexpected happened. The guy whose money he stole, suddenly went to pieces. He kind of came back to more consciousness and he had a fit. Not an angry fit. He felt bad. He said, and Lovell says, I'd never seen a man break down that badly, ever. He was just sliding down the hall, weeping and wailing. And what followed was a moment Lovell would change his life. It was an aha moment. It was the hinge point of his life. And he said it was as if a light suddenly went on. And this is where things changed for him. This was the first time he actually felt sorry for one of his marks. And it hit him hard. For his next move was something he'd never done before. He returned the money to this guy and declared his life free of being a swindler. He'd been doing this for years. He made a hunk of money doing this for years. But something about that guy made his consciousness click. And he says there was an absolute epiphany that I just couldn't do it anymore. And the next day he felt lighter. And he had become, he says, a real human being again. And he never ran another con. In the decades that followed, Lovell turned his gift for smooth pattern sleight of hand into a highly successful one-man show that ran off Broadway for 8 years. And this guy's written 16 books on not only on self-improvement, but on the kind of magic, as they call it, the sleight of hand that he does. He's also done dozens and dozens of television appearances, and he was the consultant for the character, the con man character, Neil Caffrey, on the show White Collar, that was played by Matt Bomer on White Collar. He was the consultant on that. And then later in his life, not too long ago, he's in his early 60s now, he suffered a stroke, and people from all over the world sent him not only money here and there, but all these well wishes. He had turned his life completely around. Instead of stealing from people, he was giving back. That's a big aha moment. Maybe you've had one of those in your lives. When we treat our minds and hearts with affirmative prayer or any kind of spiritual practice, when we open our hearts with meditation, when we open our imagination with visualizing and envisioning, when we open ourselves to the divine love, intelligence, and power that there is, there's no room for doubt. There's no room for skepticism. In the Science of Mind book, it says, realize that you treat with your understanding through the law. Meditate upon the spiritual significance of the statements you make, meaning the statements you make in your affirmative prayer, until you induce within consciousness a definite concept, already established fact. That this concept that you are saying to yourself, that you are declaring and revealing through affirmative prayer, or even in a meditative state, that they're already established. I don't care what you see in front of you. They're already established in mind and heart and body. Even they haven't been objectified yet in life. So a little Bible here. It's done unto you as you believe. You remember that one? Especially with of those of you brought up in the Christian faith. It is done unto you as you believe. Faith is going to do it for you. Prayer is going to do it for you. Any spiritual practice is going to do it for you. Neuro-linguistic programming tools are going to do it for you. Whatever you use, they don't even have to be spiritual tools, because the spiritual tools and the so-called practical tools or psychological tools, they match, they connect. The psychic tools, they match, they connect. So it matters not what tools you use, they all become spiritual tools. They all become consciousness tools. So whenever you change your thinking patterns, you change what starts going on around you in your life. Will Rogers again. If you want to be successful, it's just this simple. Know what you're doing, love what you're doing, and believe in what you're doing. Build your faith until it becomes a knowing in your life, or rebuild your faith until it becomes a knowing in your life. Stay in present time. Don't think about the future. Don't think about the past. What's going on right here, right now, so you can rediscover your constitution. I want to quickly read my constitution for you. Maybe you'll believe this. Maybe it's something many of you at least are familiar with. Maybe this will help you discover it for you too. I believe it's a powerful principle that has brought us together, most of us at least, and helps us, assists us, puts a foundation under us to transcend us to our best lives every day. And once in a while, I need to bring myself back to my constitution. And here it is. I believe in God, the living spirit almighty, the presence and power of the universe, the energetic singularity of the Big Bang, the unbiased, non-judgmental, impartial, and unconditionally loving divine intelligence. It is one indestructible, absolute, and self-existent cause which manifests itself in all creation. in all of us. I believe in the individualized and personalized incarnation of this one spirit in everyone and everything. I believe in the eternality of it, the immortality of it, and the continuity of it in the individual soul, forever and ever expanding itself and expanding us in not only this 3D reality, but beyond, in the multiverse, beyond this body. I believe that this power that is within me, that is within each and every one of us, reveals itself in all I think, feel, believe, and do right now. Not later, not after a prayer, not after meditation, right now. I believe heaven and hell are states of mind, and that I experience either to the degree that I sit in the belief of them in my life. I believe the ultimate goal of life is not only to be happy and prosperous and abundant and loved, but to be completely emancipated from all discord of every nature, and that this goal is sure to be attained by each and every one of us. I believe in the unity of all life, and that the highest expression of the God self and the innermost expression of the God self are one and the same. I believe that universal spirit, call it what you will, operates through a universal mind, a law, a mental law of cause and effect, a spiritual law of cause and effect, and that this creative mind is used by a direct impress of our thoughts and acts upon this law of cause and effect. I believe in the healing of any thought, idea, condition, and bodily dis-ease through the power of this mind, not just the brain thing mind, but this divine matrix, as I call it, mind. The brain and what goes on there, the heart and the feelings and the brain type workings that goes on there, and in my gut, where the intuition grows and informs the rest of my body from there. I believe in the eternal goodness, the eternal loving kindness, and the eternal givingness of life to all. And I believe my destiny is defined by me, for I understand that the life of all is God, and my life is a divine life, inherently perfect, whole, and complete as I see fit. Inherently perfect, whole, and complete as I see fit. So what's your constitution? It may be some of the things I said or some other way than the things I said, but what's yours? Because that's what's most important, is the constitution you have decided to have in your life, the supreme laws of your life. Anytime. It doesn't have to be a special occasion. Anytime. Revisit them. Reveal them again in your life. Believe them and live them. Be them. Be it. Be it. Be that supreme law in your life. Live it again. For then, no matter what's been going on, no matter what is going on, you will live a life from a perspective of those supreme laws. A life that is abundant, full of love, full of prosperity, full of glorious health, full of the best of you. Thank you so much. Namaste. So, let me show you a little bit. Give it a second. And look at that beautiful mist. There's the pool. There's people in the pool. You probably heard people in the background. I heard them, so you must have heard them. Let's go into our conscious giving right now, our love offerings, and I invite you to consider supporting us. Consider not only supporting us, and I feel your support because I see the numbers. I see who's watching us, and we appreciate your blessed consciousness in supporting the New Thought Spiritual Center community with your prayers and with your presence and with the presence of the divine within you. So now it is time to do it with the presence of your pocketbook. to be blunt. And I might as well be blunt because the universe is blunt, isn't it? Yeah, the universe says it right now and right here, so I am too. So please take whatever it is or the idea of whatever it is, because I don't have a basket. We're not here in person yet. We will be in a few more months. Let us take that or that idea and put it upon our hearts together and know this prayer, that divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal and prosper. It is evidence of my connection. I know I'm going off the grid here, but I'm feeling it. It is evidence of my connection to this community, to this presence, to this divine love called the New Thought Spiritual Center. And I joyously contribute to this, my spiritual center, the New Thought Spiritual Center. I joyously contributed to it with the love and the guidance and the presence of the power of spirit in my life, in my heart, in my gut, knowing that I serve myself by serving this love offering and that it returns to me multiplied abundantly. I know I went off script there a little bit, but that's what came to me. So, and so it is. So there are many ways that you can send your money. There's one way right there. You can always go to our website, the New Thought Spiritual Center. You'll see a donate button and it'll take you to be able to use your credit card. You can always go to, and that'll take you to PayPal. And at PayPal, you can either use your PayPal account or you can use your credit card. You can also go straight to your PayPal account by going to paypal.me/New Thought SC. That makes it go directly to the New Thought Spiritual Center directly from your PayPal account. It's just another way to do it. If you have the app called Givelify, you can use that app and share your abundance with us that way. And finally, of course, you can send a check. More than happy to have your piece of paper. And you can send that to our address, and there it is right there. New Thought Spiritual Center. Now I need my glasses to see that. 4821 Lancashire Boulevard, and our suite number is F133. Yes, we do have a suite. We do have an office. North Hollywood, California, 91601. And we thank you for your blessed love offerings and to step up this beautiful love offering that you are sharing with us or are about to share with us right now. I'm going to bring back Reverend Gary. Oh, we'll talk about that in a second. Let's bring back Reverend Gary. There he is. Gary, could you do some beautiful affirmative prayer work over these love offerings that we are getting?
Certainly will. I certainly will. And I will mentally mark this in the center gratitude journal right now.
Thank you. Thank you. Reverend Gary's our treasurer.
The abundant overflow that has come through each person into this center. I'm grateful for that. It allows us to do this work, and it allows the center to put out this message out into the collective, out into the universe for the world to feel, and to feel that that message is filled with love. It is filled with goodness. And I am so grateful for each of you that has contributed to this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I simply release this word into the law, knowing that it is done. And so it is.
And so it is. Thank you, Gary. I want to remind everybody that, our mission is what is supported by your love offering. So thank you so much. And thank you, Reverend Gary Oltman and Reverend Barbara Oltman, for joining us today. A reminder, I don't know if you can bounce that little video back, Steve, but there it is. Please remember, follow us, subscribe to us, like us, all those things on social media. We have a YouTube page. Some of you are watching us through our YouTube page. Please subscribe to that. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all those stuff. We appreciate you joining us on those as well. And of course, those of you who are with us here on Facebook Live, thank you. We are blessed by your consciousness and your presence. So again, thank you to the Altmans for joining us, for entertaining us, for bringing their fabulous consciousness to us. They are with us every month. They are part of our community. They are part of our board of trustees, as is many other folks. And there's in the background, there's one of our community members and trustees members, Patty, is here with me right here on the, I'm not going to switch this around, but she's here with me here on the patio. And you might see or hear people walking by in the background here in Pacific Beach, Mission Beach. We're kind of right there on the edge. So before we get into our closing song for today, let us do one more spiritual mind treatment for this day. Let's close our eyes or put it at a soft focus, whatever's most comfortable for you. You can leave your eyes wide open. It matters not, as we know that there is one mind, one power, one life that is within us. It's within each and every one of us right here, right now. There is nothing in the way. We are deciding that right here and now. There is nothing in the way. It is smooth sailing. It is. We are at ease right now. We are sleeping with ease in our minds. We are sitting with ease in our hearts. We are walking and standing with ease in our bones, in our bodies, in our guts, inspired by imaginating, maybe that is a word, imaginating and envisioning our greatest life right here, right now, allowing it to reveal itself right here and right now, knowing that the divine matrix is within me and at ease. It is graced by the power and presence and love of the divine intelligence, the spirit, the Big Bang, the presence of life. Life is here and now. And we are calling it good. We are inviting its good. We are bringing into our lives right here, right now, by the power and presence of this word, goodness, prosperity, abundance, health, love, creativity, and ease. Our perspective in life is ease, right here, right now. And we are grateful for this moment, grateful for this word, grateful for this powerful prayer, affirming it into action right here and right now. As together we say, and so it is. Again, thank you all for joining us, for bringing your presence and your consciousness here to the New Thought Spiritual Center Sunday celebration. We're going to leave you with a song by the Commodores. So there's Lionel Richie and the Commodores singing a song that's actually about him leaving a relationship, and that him leaving that relationship caused his life to become easy. So don't think of it as a relationship necessarily. Some of you might, with another person, but a relationship with things that are in your way. Whatever it is that's in your way, whether it's a thought, whether it's a person, whether it's an organization, whether it's a weather pattern. Whatever it is, think of that as you listen and maybe sing along with this song. We'll see you next week, Sunday morning, 10 a.m. Thank you all. We are blessed by you. Namaste. I don't know if I
know it sounds funny, but I just can't stand the train. Girl, I'm leaving you tomorrow. Seems to me, girl, you know I've done all I can. You see a big stone and I borrow. Yeah. Ooh, that's why I'm easy. easy like Sunday morning. That's why I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning. Why in the world would anybody put chains on me? I paid my dues to make it. Everybody wants me to be what they want me to be. I'm not happy when I try to fake it. No. Ooh, that's why I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning. Yeah. That's why I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning. I wanna be high, so high. I wanna be free to know the things I do are right. I wanna be free, just me. Oh, right. That's why I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning. Yeah. That's why I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning. Whoa. 'Cause I'm easy, easy like Sunday morning. Yeah, 'cause I'm easy.